Hey guys, MrPokke here, back with another video. If you guys have checked out the speed guide, you will understand basically how speed, action value, speed buff works in Honkai starrail. So, taking that to the extreme level, absolute extreme level, I will now be showcasing you a way where your DPS, any DPS, can go 6 times in a single wave. Subscribe! We are going to be performing this feat using the god tier triple 5-star harmony supports. Mommy Ruan Mei, Mommy Bronya, and Mommy Sparkle. These 3 supports, they can be at E0, S0, like none of the idolants, none of the signature icon mean a single damn thing, right? The only thing you will essentially need is basically dance copies, like you have seen from my previous speed guide, or some kind of 4-piece ego set to ensure that we can keep this up, right? So for me, I'm just gonna be going ahead and showing you guys this variation where you only need 1 dance to keep it a little bit more relatable, since I do know that getting 2 S5 dance it could be difficult, right? To understand exactly how this will work, I've explained it in my previous speed guide if you want a more in-depth explanation. But for this, I'll be specifically showing you how you can make any DPS go 6 times on the very first wave, right? Our Ruan Mei is gonna be absolutely pivotal because, like I mentioned, this speed buff over here is permanent, right? It's a permanent 10% speed buff. It essentially shaves off the speed requirement our characters would need to hit the necessarily effective 200 speed, right? Because 200 speed is the amount of speed we need to go 3 times on the very first wave, right? But because we have this topping up with dance, our effective speed for any unit to go 3 times, it will be 184. And that's where this tech comes into play. What I have over here is going to be a slow Ruan Mei, right? Super slow, just so that we can, increase the buff coverage, increase the break effect, increase the damage. But Ruan Mei herself, it doesn't really matter, right? She just needs to be there to provide this 10% speed. The important 2 supports is going to be Bronya and Sparkle. Now you'll notice my Bronya and Sparkle, they are at 174 and 175 speed. I have tested this out with pretty much almost every single DPS you guys can think of. It's really fun. It might not be very realistic to have 2 super high speed units, and I have completely forsaken my crit damage, right? My Bronya's crit damage is non-existent, my Sparkle's crit damage is non-existent. But you can see that even with this shitty crit damage, it is still extremely strong, because now what essentially happens is that both my Sparkle and Bronya, they will have an effective 200 speed because of my light cone dance over here. Okay, this needs to be swapped. Yeah, we're gonna be running 1 copy of dance on Sparkle, and we'll just keep Bronya with 1 signature light cone, right? Because we don't run 2 dance just to be a little bit more relatable. So if you have 2 S5 dance, simply tune down this speed respectively, right? If you want to check out the exact formula, check out my previous video on my speed guide, right? And then for our DPS over here, frankly speaking, you can literally run anyone, right? Your Bronya having E2 or no E2, completely irrelevant, right? This is completely doable with an E0, S0 team. All you need, the strict requirements is a Ruan Mei with a level 10 talent. Your speed at their respective thresholds, for me, is going to be 174, 175. Your Sparkle is going to be 1 speed faster. Then it's going to be Sparkle, DPS, Bronya, DPS, Sparkle, DPS, Bronya, DPS, Sparkle, DPS, Bronya, DPS. So DPS basically goes 6 times, right? So what you want to basically do is just cast all your stuff, and then your blade is gonna pop 1 over here. Alright. So, right, we're gonna go ahead, right? Ruan Mei, do Ruan Mei things. So you can see that my Sparkle is 1 speed above Bronya, yeah? So when she casts this action value advance, my blade having at 40 action value here, he's gonna cut in between. Even though they are at 1 action value away, Blade will still cut in between, because why? 0 is bigger than 1. Right? That's exactly what you need to do to tune this speed. Right? So now Sparkle is gonna buff Blade. Blade is gonna do whatever Blade is gonna do. Right? Pop on over the Ruan Mei ultimate. All that kind of good stuff. Alright, slap on 1. Alright, so this is 1 turn, right? That's 1 turn. And then we're gonna buff Blade. And this is gonna be 2 turns, right? 2 turns. Alright, this is whatever. I can do whatever. Blah, 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 blah. Alright, this is... Alright, the follow-up attack is just follow-up attack. It doesn't really matter that much. Yep. Alright, now we're gonna go again, right? So now we just do it again. We're gonna buff Blade. And then, you know what? Do a little bit more damage. Throw on our ultimate. Why not, right? Throw on our ultimate. Blade's gonna hit. You know what? I'm just gonna use my ultimate here. deal a ridiculous amount of damage. Boom! And then we just left with one dude over here. Alright, that's 3. And now my Bronya is gonna cast her buff. Now you've noticed that, wait, MrPokke, your units have only went twice each. Alright, that's not enough. My DPS only goes, my blade only went 4 times. Now that's where the beauty of Dun Dun Duns comes in, right? But you must remember that you cannot cast Sparkle's Dun Dun Duns now because it is still Bronya's turn, right? If you were to cast Sparkle's Dun Dun Duns now, then Bronya is not gonna get an extra turn, right? It's not gonna be enough. You need to wait for Bronya to cast this first. And then you cast Sparkle's Dun Dun Duns. See? And with that, we speed tune our team exactly such that my Sparkle and Bronya goes up again, right? So now with this, my blade is gonna go for the 4th time. Boop! Ruan Mei is just gonna do whatever Ruan Mei want to do. 5th time. Right, just pop this one. Boop! And then 6th time. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how you can make any DPS go 6 times in a single turn, right? And then we're just gonna do this over here, right? And just cast our ultimate. Very clean 0 cycle. Boop. Then we go on to the next wave, right? Next wave is gonna function exactly the same, right? This is exactly the same. So we're just literally gonna do exactly what we just did, right? So we're just gonna pop this. So now blade 1. Slap on a little bit over here. 2. Yeah, we can cast the ultimate. Why not? 2. Boop. It's gonna hit. It's gonna hit. Yeah, it's fine. Okay. Ruan Mei just do whatever Ruan Mei wants to do. Alright. 3. Remember, don't use Sparkle's ultimate now. Because if you were to use Sparkle's ultimate now, then Bronya, she's not gonna be able to use her skill, right? Unfortunately, I ran out of skill points here. So Bronya couldn't go. But I'll still go on and show you guys an example, right? So we're just gonna do this. So after Bronya casts the skill, right? Then Sparkle casts her ultimate. And we go again. And now, this is my blade's 4th time doing this. Pop this over here. You know what? Just cast an ultimate. Whatever. Pop this. Alright, blah 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 blah. And then Sparkle and it's gonna go one over here. So this is my blade's 5th turn, which is 11 turns by now, by the way. It's 11 turns by now. And then Bronya is gonna go up again. And then give blade a little bit more. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how you can also do 6 turns in a single cycle, right? This is not a 0 cycle showcase. I'm not doing this to showcase 0 cycle, but it's just to show you how understanding speed tuning, if you understand it, you can pull off some really goofy ass shits with this specific thing, right? So you can quite literally use this exact scenario for every single DPS in the entire game, right? So Blade, that's one example. Now we can do it with Argenti as well, right? We're just gonna do it with Argenti, right? Exact same, we're just gonna set up on some random stuff. You know what? It's just random stuff, right? Okay, we definitely don't need attack boots, speed boots. Just make him, just give him like a normal speed, right? Okay, so now I'm just gonna demonstrate very quickly with Argenti. So to show you guys that every single DPS will benefit from this build, right? Any DPS you want in the game, you can make them go 6 times in a single cycle. Okay, so I'm just gonna pop this over here, right? Again, just do this. As in, like, nah, it's not about the how much damage. Right? I'm just showing you guys how you can do this, right? So now our Argenti is gonna go. Right, so this is 1. Okay, 2. Oh yeah, I forgot to cast this, but it is what it is. It might be a bit of a pet peeve, but yeah. 2, 2, 2. Okay. Yeah. 3. that's gonna be 3. And then 4. Now, remember, guys, cast Sparkle's ultimate only after Bronya casts her skill. You need to wait for Bronya to go first. Because, okay, I'll show you guys what happens if you don't wait, right? If you don't wait for Bronya and you cast Sparkle's ultimate right now, you can see that Sparkle gets buffed up, right? But Bronya, she doesn't receive the buff, right? Bronya, if she casts a skill now, you can see that Bronya, she'll go all the way down back. So now you only gain 5 turns, unfortunately. So your DPS only goes 5 turns, right? So that's why I say you must wait for Bronya's turn to be over, then you cast Sparkle's ultimate. And then Blaze is gonna go this, blah, 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 right? And then eventually, yeah, it's gonna pop this. And then Sparkle is finally gonna give Argenti the final turn. Okay, Argenti died, but like, you get what I'm saying, right? You guys get what I'm saying, right? So that is how it works with another DPS like Argenti, right? Okay, I'll just show one last example. I'll just do it with like Jingliu, right? Do this Jingliu, right? Maybe some people think, you know, Jingliu, you know, the buff coverage is not up there, all that kind of stuff, but I can show you guys it still works perfectly fine, right? It's perfectly no issue whatsoever if you want to use the Jingliu build, right? Okay, this Jingliu, I'll pick it, but this Jingliu is pretty right? Relatable Jingliu, right? But anyways, I'll just show you guys exactly how this works as well. One last example before we wrap up today's video, right? So pop, 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 and pop, and then boop. Okay. Yep. Then Ruan Mei is basically just gonna do her thing, right? So this is 1, so Jingliu acts 1 time. Okay, Jingliu in particular is a bit of a special case because she does gain the extra turns whenever she gets Transcendence, right? So a little bit of a special case, but it works exactly the same, right? So we're just gonna break this. Bring up our ultimate. So pretend this is like her 1 turn. Pretend this is a 1 turn, right? Pretend this is 1 turn. So 1, 2. Alright. I'm a little bit afraid that if I use my ultimate, they'll die too fast. So I'm just gonna not use my ultimate. Okay? I'm just not gonna use my ultimate. So that they don't die too fast. A little bit suffering from success, right? So now this is 3. 3. 3. 4. Remember, wait for Bronya's turn to be over, and then you cast Sparkle's ultimate, and you'll buff up both Sparkle and Bronya at the same time. Alright? So this is gonna be 4. Alright, pop a 4. Alright, essentially she gets an extra turn herself, so it's not really counted, so we're just gonna ignore it. Hopefully this doesn't kill both at the same time. Hopefully we can still do one more time. If not, it's a little bit... It's not showcasing the unit that we want. Okay, chat, when that happens, you can only go 1 bomb. Okay, when that happens, you basically just say 1 bomb, right? If that happens, just 1 bomb, right? 1 bomb. But eventually, if Sparkle didn't get crowd control, that would have been 6 turns on Jingliu, and she would very, very easily clear the stage, right? So, one fun fact, even if your unit is imprisoned, when you go to the next wave, it's refreshed. So you can see that Sparkle is not slowed. She still starts off as the very first unit, even though she was imprisoned. So just a little bit of good to know knowledge, right? Fun fact, right? So now we're just gonna keep doing the same thing, right? So there's gonna be boom, there's 1, 1, and then 2. There's 2 over here. That's gonna be 2, 2. Alright, then okay, just count this as 2, right? Just count this as 2. Right, you know, I'm just gonna go all out a little bit, right? Alright, shoot. Alright, 2. Alright, let's just pop this. Alright, this is absolutely dog shit. Because we do have Ruan Mei's buff, right? And blah blah blah. Okay, you guys get it, okay? You guys get it, right? If you guys get it, you guys get it, right? If you guys get it, okay? I'm not gonna touch it. This is not a 0 cycle, right? This is not a 0 cycle video. I only did this video so that you guys can understand how you can make any DPS in the game go 6 times in a single wave every single time, right? So, so the team comp, I'm just gonna quickly sort through this real quick. Okay, so that's how it works, right? Sparkle 175, Ruan Mei whatever you want, Bronya 174, 1 speed after Sparkle, and DPS just give them whatever speed you want, right? Literally with any speed works. Crucial point, if you're running 2 copies of Dungeons Dance, you can reduce their speed respectively, right? If you're running Von Weg, if you're running Eagle 4-piece, the same theory applies. Once again, if you want to know exactly how speed tuning works in this game, check out my previous guide on my speed guide, right? So, yeah. Yo, thanks for the support, man. With that, Okay, let me change to this real quick. All right. So with that, we have come to the end of today's content. If you guys wanted to engage in further discussions, head on to my Discord at discord.gg/Pokkes village, where I'll be talking about Honkai Star Rail on a very daily basis, right? If you want to check out my stream, links are twitch.tv/MrPokke, as well as YouTube. I'll be streaming both at the same time, sharing with updates on Discord every single week, right? So that's all I have for today. All the best for Sparkle Pools, all the best for speed tuning, and I'll be see you guys next time. Take care.